You clicked the video, I made the video, let's get right into it.
Today we're going to be beating bosses in Silksong using your builds, no matter how diabolical they are.
Move this man!
I'll be taking builds from this post, so thanks to everyone who participated. You're awesome, and with your help, I'm positive we'll complete our channel goal of having one of the pillars of the Hollow Knight community notice us. This is day 1 of the Notice Me challenge. Alrighty guys, the first build we have here is a strange one, but I love the name. It's Shawshank Redemption. Honestly, I think it's just so funny. It uses the Cogflies, Polyp Pouch, and Volt Vessels. I threw on the Magnetite dice here just for extra luck, because if we're breaking out of prison, we're gonna need it. Alright, we brought him over to the 4th chorus, because, you know, a little bullying is never not fun. And I want to see the true power of the Volt Vessels. I mean, like, what a perfect boss, right? Honestly, this could be reflavored as, like, the Gojo build, but that one uses the Bola versions of this. And it's just so much fun. Really, the point of it is just to use the Reaper's Crest quite a bit. Can't deny that it's fun, it's visually really stunning. Maybe not the most powerful build, but just an absolute delight. Let's just do it the vanilla way if we can.
That's what she said!
And down it goes. I don't think this boss gets enough credit. I think it's just, like, fun. It's simple. It's just like a pogo simulator. It kind of prepares you for 4th chorus if you haven't fought it yet, which is, I don't even know if it's possible. I think this boss comes after 4th chorus, but I mean, he's just a fun little dude, evolution of an enemy that we've already fought quite a few times. Alright, I have Cogflies as well. I mean, this build is just really strong, and I think you can get all of it in Act 2. Yeah, I think all of it can be obtained in Act 2 if I really think about it. I mean, the Reaper's Crest is in Greymore, the Cogflies are in the High Halls. Volt Vessels. The Volt Vessels might be the only problem here, but how do we feel about the second Sentinel? You know, I think it's a really cool concept, because I think the second Sentinel is meant to be a callback to what Hornet was doing in the first game. She was the forgotten, you know, protector of Hollow Nest, and the second Sentinel is doing the same. And I think this is why they have such a respect for each other immediately. She also has a lot of health. I don't know why I'm calling her a her, but let's just assume for a minute. Oh, Magnetite Dice Diff. It probably is just like a genderless robot, as you might assume, but, you know, it's difficult not to try and, you know, make the second Sentinel a goon target. But we won't, Mossbag. I need you to see this. I need you to hear me out. I'm on the straight and narrow, right? This is like Silksong gooning AA, this challenge. For anybody who needs that kind of help, this is going to be the channel for you. It may not be the channel for ridiculous high content gameplay, but we're gonna beat the second Sentinel, obviously. We have max masks and max damage. Alright, next up we have the Shard Deleter 9000, and this one's just a ton of fun, right? Like, you just get to throw out tools, wreck shop, and it's actually one of the first tools that I used on my ranking every tool in Silk. Not, oh god, there's a Freudian slip. Man's out of his prime. It's one of the first builds I did in the ranking every build in Silksong series. So let's give it a try against the last phases of Khan and whatnot. Don't ask how I have multicolored Cogflies. Not a problem at all. You know, honestly, I'm used to fighting this arena, or most arenas, with the cross stitch, because it's just that good, right? But especially against, like, these fat enemies here, the Conch Cutter is so good. I don't play with injector bands enough, I think. I think they're just, like, just boring enough to where they dissuade people. But the Conch Cutter, I mean, look at this. We're not even using the Cogwork Wheel here, just because it's really bad against this type of arena. There's the Magnetite Dice Diff. I'll heal that. I just wish these consumables weren't destroyed on, you know, the spikes down below and they would roll. I mean, they're Cogwork Wheels, right? Like, they literally are meant to counter this place, if you know the lore a little bit. I'm not actually sure if you could die there. Knowing Team Cherry, you probably can, which would be absolutely horrible, but obviously, just get out of there? Question mark. Let's get the Cogflies up. I wonder how much damage we can get as he lands. Whenever he decides. Let's go. Oh, okay, just a casual 200 damage, that's fine. Get wrecked, Con. Unfortunately, none of the projectiles go through the corals, It would kind of be really sad for him, right? If like the conch cutter, which is a tool from his area, could break his own. Okay, we desperately need to refill here. He's gonna get stunned soon, I think. I think the threshold's like 700 or not. Like he's got it, right? Like okay. All right, the fight is like definitely over now, right? What are you guys' opinions on this boss in particular? Was he too easy, or is he like the perfect difficulty given how annoying his arena and gauntlet were before? I'm not even looking at him anymore. I'm just throwing tools into the abyss and just hoping. I mean, and that's sort of the problem, right? Like he's so easy. I'm curious if a lot of, or any of you, did I even get hit there? I don't even think I got hit. I'm curious if any of you had real big problems with Khan, the boss itself, or was it just in conjunction with a really long gauntlet? Let me know in the comments. Alright, don't ask why I'm at 2 masks. It literally won't matter, I don't think, probably, hopefully. But let's go to the least goonable boss possible, the Unraveled, which unfortunately his name is goon enabling, right? Like, yo, am I gonna die? Let me not die to this, hold on. Let's lock in, boys, let's lock in for just 1 minute. I'm just throwing projectiles because I'm scared. I really should hit these guys with Silk! Alright, we're good. I did lose Fractured Mask to, like, the beginning part of this arena, which is incredibly embarrassing, but this boss is so one-dimensional that, like, how do you die to this guy? Maybe in Steel Soul when it's, like, really spooky down here, and if you don't have a lot of upgrades like I do at the moment, but he's so chunky that it's really hard, not for these tools to get a lot of value. Let me show the pin badge really quick. Or not. I swear, guys, I'm not bad at the game. I'm just a Wanderer's Crest user. That should explain everything. This boss is pretty boring, I can't lie. Can you just do something more than just run across the screen and throw projectiles at me slowly? I don't know if he does 2 masks on contact. Am I dead? I think I'm gonna die. Let's not talk about this ever again, guys. Alright, next up on the list, we have the Bluetooth damage build, which is just like the get away from me, I'm very scared. This one actually uses the pin badge to enable the Shaman Crests. Big ranged boy. Let's go see how it does. You know, hot take, I don't really love this boss on repeat playthroughs. It just takes way too long. Like you just, like especially in Steel Soul, where you just got to Act 2, this will probably be your first boss. Wow, our damage is crazy. I'll hit both of them just to get more content, right? Like, even though it's suboptimal. Yeah, like you have to fight these guys coming into Act 2. And it's like right before you're about to get strong. Let's use a Rune Rage here. If it hits anything, I'd be surprised. Yeah, of course it does literally 0 damage. I hope in later DLC we get like a tool that makes Rune Rage target things more accurately. That would be really great. Because right now, like, it's so cool. You beat the first Weaver, or sorry, the first Sinner, and then, like, you get this amazing looking spell, and then... Okay, that one admittedly was pretty good. How much damage does the charged? 48? So the charged attack for the... with the pin badge does 48 for Shaman. I don't know if it's worth sitting here charging when you can just attack with your needle. But, like, the build is really good, obviously. Like, any Shaman Crest build with Volt Vessels is going to be amazing. Especially Pale Nails lets you just be degenerate and just run away from everything. But let's go see it against something with more enemies. Alright, this is perfect, this is perfect. I can't lie, I think these guys killed me on my first playthrough of the game. Which, whatever, like everybody's gonna die a few times during a playthrough, but these guys killed me? I don't know, I wasn't feeling too hot about that one afterwards. These guys don't even really count as AoE. Let's see if we can get a Rune Rage kill. The first Rune Rage kill recorded on YouTube. I can't believe it. I thought it missed completely. Alright, we're here at Carmelita's arena. Not because I want to fight her yet. I want to save her for some bosses or build later on. But I think that her gauntlet is really good for this build in particular. Like, it's just a good mixture of different health bars. Yeah, I mean... Alright, I forgot the Shaman Crest Poga was literal hell to use. I don't know. I don't particularly love any build without the cross stitch. It's not my favorite thing to use. It's just such a good option to have in your back pocket. Like having 3 offensive spells, the Pale Nails, the Silk Spear and Rune Rage. It's like, it seems good on paper, but like one good offensive option or defensive option would really take this build the next way. All right, let's get the hell out of here. All right, next up we have the Bloodlusted Hornet build, which is just damage on damage on damage. This is one of my favorite builds for the Beast Crest, and honestly, probably the only one that I really enjoy, because you just get to smack people in the face and activate like all of your JoJo references. This definitely isn't a hot take, but the Court of Craws, so cool, right? Like, everybody loves this thing as much as I do. I mean, not only does it have in real world significance, because crows actually have this sort of structure where if there's like a bad one out, I made a short on this, as one would, but if a crow is sort of a bad member in the flock, they'll brutally go and carve that member out, which, not to be mistaken with something less than it is, they literally, you know, kill him and, you know, make their community better, which is a lot of what this is trying to portray, right? Maybe not my favorite build for this, because, like, you know, the Pogo's already useless, but you're virtually indestructible with this build. Let's go ahead and get this activated. I really hope we get more spells in the DLC. We should, right? Like, it's just, how could we not? Let me activate everything here, see how much damage we do. 37 damage in the, oh, that's crazy. Per needle attack is insane. 32 is insane, right? Like, I mean, this boss just stands no shot, right? This is one of my favorite builds. This is a really good build. Whoever recommended this one, good for you. Yeah, I mean, we're at full health. I don't think I was really paying attention that much. Really fun build. I recommend this one a lot, especially because it can all be picked up in Act 1 for the most part. The only thing that you'd be missing is the cross stitch. No, you can get the cross stitch in Act 1. You can get literally all of this in Act 1. Maybe the Silk Speed Anklets, I don't remember where they are. They're in one of the Weave Nests, but maybe it's an Act 2 one. Maybe the one in Bilewater? I can't quite remember. Like, use this. If you're a Beast Crest enjoyer, which, big fan of you, by the way, this is like a really solid build to use in the early parts of the game. Even like end game, right? I just beat an Act 3 boss. Or anyway, like I was saying, I really want there more spells, or I want them to release more spells into the game with the DLC. I think that's like the one thing we're missing. I don't know why I'm doing 14 damage to this dude, but we have the Pale Steel Needle. Why are we doing so little damage? Does he have like ridiculous defense or something like that? Or is there an upper limit on how much damage you can do to him? Either way, more spells. I'm not even sure what we could use. Okay, it's really annoying now. The bosses keep dying before I can actually finish my point about spells. Like, the point with game design, I don't know where I left off, to be honest, but like, everybody can just say, oh yeah, you should add more of this. Like, okay, but how do we do it in a way that's fun, engaging, but doesn't break our game? And I'm sure a lot of game designers have to deal with that problem all the time. From people like me or anybody talking about all the time, like, yeah, just add this, it'll make the game so good. But like, how do you know? Like, it's so much testing. I really want to get one down before I die to the second one. I think the second brother is, like, really lets his brother down. Okay, let's not die. We're not gonna die here, right? Like, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of comments on this video, like, the wind sure is quiet today. And yeah, it absolutely is. I think our gooning era is over, I swear. Cross my heart, hope to die. Maybe I shouldn't have put that on camera. That's gonna be really bad in the edit. It's gonna get clipped later on, but alright, next build. Okay, if you're even looking at the screen mildly, you know this build. It's the Manhattan Project, the Exodia build. It uses the Witch Crest and its bind alongside the Claw Mirrors, Injector Band, and Multi-Binder. And you can throw on literally anything else, but for thematic purposes, we added more explosions with Rune Rage, Volt Vessels, and Pimpillo. Also, this is the video. This statistically has to have the most Rune Rage content of any video on the website. So let's go fight something with a lot of enemies. Okay, I'll be the first person to say the Broodmother might be the perfect boss for this build. There's a lot of enemies, they're weak, it's a small arena. It's like perfect for this build in particular. Excuse me, sir. Alright, if you thought I was getting out of that, you have way too much faith in me. I'm just a humble YouTuber. If you didn't have enough faith, and you believed I was gonna get hit and die here, maybe consider your allegiances, huh? Alright, is anybody else extremely disappointed that none of those hit? Alright, I need like a little bit of silk. No! Alright, we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. I'm gonna lock in. You know, this is all just for fun. You know, honestly, that's not a skill issue. That's just the build being, you know, I can't even. It's just me. It's just me. Normally when I record content, I do it in the peaceful silence of my own room. While recording, it's so tough to concentrate. I honestly have no idea how like streamers play at like really high level. I mean, obviously it's just practice, right? Like, I generally don't do live commentary. And this is probably why, to be honest. But, I mean, it's just so fun being able to interact with everybody with my current thoughts. Maybe they're not depraved enough in live commentary for some of you, but that's just gonna have to do for now. We have new goals on the channel, right? And you guys certainly won't tempt me at all away from the straight and narrow. I don't know why I ran into that. I mean, who fights this boss? Like, who has good experience against this boss, right? I bet Ongball gets hit by this boss. I mean, but the build, let's talk about the build for just like a quick second, because we should. It does exactly what you think it does. Like, if you like the Witch Crest at all, like, this is the build for it. I personally don't love the playstyle of just focusing all of your energy around the bind. I don't know who died. Okay, it was her. I don't like focusing all the energy around the bind. It's very one-dimensional, and it leads you to wanting to play in a specific way. We're gonna go to Morwing. Let's give this build another shot, because I want to prove that it's not the build, it's me. Let's actually change this. I think it's supposed to use the Bola version of the Volt Vessels, because I think it's just better, generally. Like, the only use case the spiked version of the Volt Vessels has, the Pillar, is against specifically the Bell Eater. And in that fight, it's super good, right? I mean, he's getting stunned, right? And then he just dies to the next one. I think did they nerf it or did they buff it? I don't quite remember. But obviously a better showcase here. However, you're not going to get the Witch Crest before you fight Morwing, in all honesty. But if you like the Witch Crest, here's the build. It's pretty good. Like, obviously just the core of Claw Mirrors, Injector Band, Multi-Binder is all Act 2. And then the Witch Crest is obviously Act 2 as well. Alright, next up, this is a weird one because it uses Spool Extender, and all builds that use Spool Extender Weavelight are weird. But it's the Wally West build. I mean, obviously your point is just to run fast forever. We have the Sharp Dart for extra speed. It's a great build for exploration. Maybe not the best build if you're just trying to be safe, but it's a lot of fun just to zoom around the map, right? What's funny is that because my post came out before the Sawtooth Circlet was really quite good, or recognized as being quite good, I totally pressed the Sharp Dart button there, by the way. None of the builds have the Sawtooth Circlet, which I think is good. I think it's a little bit of a crutch gameplay. Okay, maybe I need it, because we're being pretty awful here. So the point of this build isn't, I don't think it's to be a boss killer, as like decent as Wanderer's Crest plus Flea Brute is. Okay, we should never get hit by that parry, but Sharp Dart should do more damage, or it should have more iframes at the startup. But I don't think they're ever gonna change that spell in particular. It's just too unpopular, right? Like, it has a very niche purpose. We're gonna heal somewhere around here on this next one. And the fight is over. See, like, I pressed Sharp Dart there, but it has no iframes on startup, so you can get knocked out of it. I don't love that, especially considering it's supposed to be, like, a little bit of iframe dash through stuff. Like how Sharp Shadow was, or Shade Cloak in Hollow Knight was. Alright, goodbye. Alright, she's gonna go into the negative. I think when she reaches 0 HP, she starts parrying more frequently. Because you have to trigger her parry to end the fight. Alright, next up we have the Sasuke Uchiha build, and I'm missing pieces already. Let's go ahead and put the Volt Vessels on, or Volt Filament on. So really it's just supposed to emulate everything Sasuke does, and it's really cool. The Barb Bracelet here is because he's edgy. The Magnetite Dice is because he has huge plot armor. The Volt Vessels, or Volt Filament, Flint Slate, and Whizfire Lantern are meant to simulate his ninjutsu. So let's go clip farm like Sasuke loves to do with his incredible plot armor. So we'll imbue our Sword with Fire, and we'll just get to parrying. She's gonna go phase 2 already. She isn't? Okay, she's beefier than I thought. Muscle mommies and all that. And she's gone, right? Like, this build's crazy. Like, the cross-stitch parry is supposed to, like, simulate the, Alright, let me actually get out of that. Yeah, I parried it twice. It's like the Sharingan, right? Like, do you want to feel like you have the Sharingan and be Sasuke, and then use this build and just fight a boss where you know their mechanics? Like, just for shits and giggles, we can go fight the Moss Mother, right? Like, obviously she stands no chance against this build, and you would never fight her with this build, obviously, but... Does she even survive one? Okay, she does. But she's gonna just get blasted by the Wisfire Lantern. Oh, shouldn't have done that, sister. Come on. It's just great. It's just a really fun build thematically. It looks really good. I think, let's see. Lace 2 seems like a good fight for this. Or I'm gonna die horribly very quickly. But you do have to stay at full HP for the Egg of Flilia to get value, which I don't think is a good design philosophy. I didn't get hit there. You can't prove that. I'm surprised she hasn't phased yet. That's weird. Why didn't she phase? I definitely don't fight Lost Lice enough to fight her with Barb Bracelet, but let's give it a shot. Maybe I go on a generational run and we end her so beautifully. Alternatively, I'm gonna die in the next 30 seconds and this clip is gonna be completely unusable. Editor, if I die here quickly, just remove it in post. Joke's on me, I'm the editor. That's not a good start. There are starts and then there's this, whatever this is. Editor, don't put that in the video. Okay, last build. This is probably the best build that I've seen, and it's the only use of the Hunter's Crest. It is... Yeah, I didn't do this. This is not my idea, but let's go fight some bosses and see how it does. Obviously, if you've been through the slab before, you know what this is, but this is the Cloakless Hornet, and I think it shocked a lot of people to find out Hornet's true identity, let's say. Oh, we brought the Weave Light, or Wisfire Lantern, which is fine, whatever. This build sucks. It does 3 damage per kick, so maybe this is the most value the Wisfire Lantern will ever get. Truth be told, at the beginning of the game, when you fight the Bell Beast, you're only going to be doing 5 damage per attack. Mind you, you have a lot more range with the Hunter's Crest, and you'll have the Silk Spear at this point, so... This is worse than vanilla, by the way. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Cloakless Hornet, and I really hope they don't bring it back. Like, it's good for a little bit. Like, it's a really cool sequence, the slab, right? Like, Hornet going full John Wick, just seething with anger. What am I doing? And then for the next snap at the end, it's just absolute cinema. But as far as gameplay goes, I think it gets its point across, and, like, you're supposed to feel super weak. And you absolutely do. Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, let me know in the comments and maybe leave your builds down below. I'll make another post at some point and you can leave your builds. Like maybe you know better than the people did 2 months ago who are crafting these builds. These animations are so wonky, by the way. Just look at her upkick. She goes completely airborne. Maybe I'll zoom in on it. It's so good. But thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.